again everyone. As you can see, I'm joined by the lovely Candice. We're in Sudbury today on the Essex-Suffolk border, probably more into Suffolk actually, and we're doing a 5-mile walk out of the 50 Walks in Suffolk book. And yeah, we're parked over at the Kingfisher Leisure Centre here. I think they've got a gym. And yeah, we're on the, I think this is the Gainsborough trail, because Sudbury was the home of Thomas Gainsborough, who was the famous portrait artist who also loved to paint landscapes, believe it or not. So we're going to be having a look at his house, and it's also where the church of St Gregory's is, where the head of Simon of Sudbury is kept. Now he's the guy that introduced the poll tax in the 1300s, and the peasants didn't like that very much, so they executed him, and you can see that on request here. So yeah, basically it's like a 5-mile walk. We'll be sort of following some, you know, sort of sections like this, like water meadows. This is, I believe, this is a section of an old disused railway line called the Valley Walk. So we're going to be following a section of that, and there's loads of like water meadows and stuff that Sudbury has managed to reclaim, and they can't build houses on it and stuff, which is good. So they're very fortunate here, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that later in the video. In other news as well, a brand new camera as well, so I'm going to be filming a little bit on this one. It's an OEX Equinox sports camera, and sort of like a GoPro, but a lot cheaper. So these are about 150 quid or 200 quid in Go Outdoors. I got this on eBay, brand new, still in the box, never been used. £30. Winner chicken dinner. I'm well happy about that. So been testing it out and stuff, and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to do a few little shots on it as well, see how it goes. So teething problems because it's new. I'm not sure if the sound's going to work or anything. You know, we're flying blind here, so bear with us people. Anyways, I'm waffling on, enough talking, let's get walking. The walk begins with a section of the Valley Walk along the disused railway line to Bury St Edmunds and Cambridge. This is not a public right-of-way, but it is maintained by Suffolk County Council, and walkers are encouraged. Bramble, hawthorn and oak grow beside the embankments, which attract a wide variety of birds, insects and wild flowers. The contrast between the featureless fields to the left and the rich water meadows to the right makes you appreciate how fortunate the people of Sudbury are to have preserved such a precious landscape. you know, I don't know about this one, whether this is World War II or it could even be World War I. It's all by the design of it. Excuse the wind. It could be World War I, I'm not sure. There's a little entrance down here. I don't know if it's worth trying to get in there. It's pretty cool. What do we reckon? Shall I try and get in there? Yeah. Good, I'm going to have a look, see if I can get in there.
Oh really?
Yeah. Okay. Alright. I'm crawling in here. Wow. Okay, this is quite cool. It's like this weird that it's got like a little entrance shaft to it. Wow. So there's still the metal frames, the metal brackets for like maybe shutters or a bit more light, or stuff to like rest on, so soldiers could look out through the gun slits. Full of crap in here as usual. Looks like people have been drinking down here. Wow, and then look at this. So you've got the pillbox is built around like a central post, but then look at this bit inside here, and there's like a tree growing through it, but there's like a central column going through there and a gap in there. Some old clothing there. That's dodgy. Could that be a victim? And yeah, look, and then you can see the light through there, so maybe there was an observation platform or a gun, like a gun emplacement on top of this. I've not seen one of those before. But yeah, so I've come around that way. Yeah. And there's the entrance that I come in. Yeah, that's different though. Very different. Right. Let's head back out. Yeah, there's like a... oh, Candice eating her cheese sandwich, bless her. So, tell you what, let's try and climb up. Switch the head torch off. See if we can get up here. And have a look. So there would be something somewhere in the trees in here. And a hole going through there, and you could get into the pillbox from outside there. So yeah, definitely I reckon a gun emplacement on top of that. That's really different. And then this tree's grown up through it. Yeah.
What is that though?
It's different. Oh, really different. Yeah, look at that. All the roots. There you go. Another little pillbox. It's definitely got this add-on though to it. Look, so that's red brick, and then this is different. It's more concrete and stuff. But I like the fact that it's still got these metal bits on. Really cool. The market town of Sudbury has a unique feature on its doorstep. The Sudbury Common Lands make up some 115 acres of picturesque water meadows on the floodplain of the River Stour. Cattle and horses graze here, as they have for more than 1,000 years, and the area is crossed by footpaths, making it perfect for a peaceful walk. Anywhere else, the land would have been swallowed up by housing or intensive farming, but here in Sudbury it is protected by ancient right, a large area of grassland close to the centre of town. We're on Sudbury Common Lands now, and River Stour is right there again, and we've got another World War II, I think, pillbox. I'm going to go in and have a little look. Oh. Okay, this one's got a lot of rubbish in it, and I mean a lot. I suppose being where it is, got a lot of fires in here as well. Sort of seems similar to the one that we just had a look in. A lot of broken glass as well. But it has got that. In fact, it's exactly the same design as the other one. So this one, look, we can actually get into the gunning place and have a look. It's right up here. Look, there's your original metal bracket that would have been on, so I'm guessing maybe it would have pivoted around that. That's pretty cool. I don't know what these would have been around the outside, someone let us know. And that's the tiny little entrance they would have had to squeeze through to get up onto this. So yeah, look at the view you would have had all the way around. And look up and down the river, see if there's any enemy boats approaching. It's pretty cool. The water meadows of Sudbury were first mentioned in a Domesday Book of 1086. Their current status dates from around 1260, when the freemen of Sudbury acquired grazing rights from Richard de Clare, the owner of Clare Castle. The right to graze livestock on the commons still belongs exclusively to the freemen, passed on over the generations from father to son. The artist Thomas Gainsborough, 1727 to 1788, was born in Sudbury, and as a boy he used to wander these meadows looking for inspiration. Both his father, a cloth dealer, and his uncle, who ran the local grammar school, were freemen of the commons. It is said that young Thomas would often play truant from school in order to sketch in the countryside. Although he later became better known as a portrait painter, Gainsborough loved to paint landscapes, and his society portraits were simply a way of earning enough money to survive. In the lobby of the Mill Hotel are the mummified remains of a cat found buried beneath the building when it was being converted from a water mill. Apparently, it was the custom to bury a live cat under buildings as a way of warding off witches and bad luck. Gainsborough's house, in a Georgian-fronted brick building close to Market Hill, has been restored and opened as a museum. It contains the most complete collection of his work on display anywhere in the world, including his first known portraits of a boy and a girl, a miniature of his wife, and some 20 portraits of rich clergymen, politicians and landowners. A small cabinet holds Gainsborough's personal items, such as his pocket watch, snuff box, pipe stopper and paint scraper. In St Gregory's Church, they keep the head of Simon of Sudbury in a glass box. Simon of Sudbury was Archbishop of Canterbury and Chancellor of England. In 1380 he introduced the poll tax, and the following year he was beheaded on Tower Hill in London during the Peasants' Revolt. So this here is the actual skull of Simon of Sudbury, who was the Archbishop of Canterbury and the Chancellor of England, I think, and he was beheaded in, I think it was 1381 by the peasants on Tower Hill in London for introducing the poll tax. So Peasants' Revolt, and you can actually sort of see there's still remains of like skin and stuff on the actual skull. They've preserved it really well. Excuse the flash, but it's kept in like a sealed box in the vestry, and luckily the church warden was actually coming in to set up for the service tomorrow, and I was just about to call him as well, and he's shown us all of this inside the vestry, including this artist reconstruction of what Simon may have looked like based on the skull. It was sent away for experiments and examining, and that's what they came back with, including by the police this reconstruction of what he may have looked like. Okay, welcome back everyone. So yeah, we finished the walk and we headed up to St Gregory's Church here in Sudbury, hoping to look at the head of Simon of Sudbury, which can be seen on request in the vestry in like an airtight box in the wall. Well, as you can see by the footage before, we did. I'm literally, you can tell I'm over the moon. That's like proper history. I'm amazed. And yeah, we were sat in there for ages, and we was looking for the number of the church warden, see if we could call them up and say, you know, do you mind coming out and, you know, showing us the head and stuff. And literally, I was literally about to call Colin, lovely old man, one of the church wardens. I was about to call him. Who walks through the door? Only bloody Colin, to set up for the service tomorrow. And yeah, and I asked him, he went, yeah, it's absolutely fine. He just went, I'll be here for about 20 minutes if that's enough time you need. I went, I just want to do a little bit of filming and take photos. I was literally blown away. There's like loads of information in there. There's like the portrait, like the representation of what he might have looked like. There's the what do you call it, like a boss in it, like the head of Simon, like that's been reconstructed by the police and stuff using like forensics, and the skull itself. And of course, yeah, we actually got to see the skull, which has still got bits of skin on it and stuff. It's unbelievable. It's banging. That's the highlight of the walk without a doubt. I'm like literally, I'm like a dog with two cocks. I'm so happy about that. Anyway, Candice is like laughing at me. She's like, you are a sad fucker. Anyway, but I thought it was great, and I hope you enjoyed it too as well. That's a pretty cool bit of history there. Simon of Sudbury's head. And anyways, right, we're gonna go and find a pub now and have a drink. We've earned that. That was brilliant. I can't believe that. Anyways, yeah, get in the comments, let us know what you think. Hope you've enjoyed it. That was something else. Cheers for the support as always. Cheers to Candice. We're off somewhere else soon. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Get out and walk, get out and camp. Life's too short. Explore. Cheers. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I wonder if Alan's in this one. Alan? Alan? Oh, canoe action.
Kayak.
Is it kayak?
Kayak.
Oh, it's kayak, okay. I stand corrected, said the man in the orthopaedic shoes. Alan! Alan! Alan, you in there? Alan! Alan's not in. The quest for Alan continues. We just interrupted some duck sex there, people. Well, Candice did. Scared him off anyway. He was literally trying to shag her, and you ruined it. He might not get another crack again for for months, you know. People hearing us probably think we're a bit mad. You could even say we're quackers. Oh, duck off, Tom, duck off. Anyway, we get along so well. They do say birds of a feather flock together. Twat. Moving on.